What is up everyone? Welcome back to another video. Now it's been a few weeks since my last upload, which means two things. One, a lot has happened in my life, which I need to update you guys on. And two, Freshers Week is over, and I didn't release my second part of my uni advice video. Partially because I did record it, and the sound of it was terrible. Also partly because I want to release it after Freshers Week when everyone's had a chance to just live their lives and actually get into the real advice. Without further ado, let's get into the video. I think my main piece I want you guys to take away from this video is the fact that at university you get the chance to be your true self. And for a lot of people in your life, you may not have been your true self ever before. We come from secondary school and primary school. When you're in a class with those people, chances are you're with them for 4 or 5 years at a time. So you kind of just want to fit in. You want to make your life as easy as you can to get through it, fit in with the right people, makes your life a lot easier, right? We're all guilty of that. We all probably weren't our true selves back then. Then you move on to college or sixth form if you're in the UK, which most of my audience is. And from my experience at least, I went from a school where there was 25 people in my whole year group to 2,000 in that year group. Granted, I probably only saw 200 of them in my entire time there. But my point stands, I went from a place where you kind of want to fit in to make your life easy for the 5 years to somewhere where you can kind of express yourself more and you can be yourself more. But at the same time, you're still in an environment when you're younger, you're 16 to 18 years old, where you're still trying to find out who you are. And what you find with that again is you start to fit in with people. You might be yourself a bit more, but you want to conform, you want to fit in even more. So what I'm actually getting at here is at university, you've chosen to be here. Secondary school and college, you had to go there by law, or if you did an apprenticeship, same kind of thing, but you were in education mandatory until you're 18. Now you're in your early 20s maybe. There is no need to be anyone other than yourself right now, because you've chosen to come to university. You've chosen to come to a place where it's full with all walks of life. It's full of people who are still figuring out who they are, people who are just unapologetically themselves. You can be anything, and you can actually be yourself here. Take Freshers Week for example. Every single person you encounter, some people's Freshers Week is still this week or next week, but any person you encounter, you can most likely go talk to them and have no issue with it because they're in the same boat as you. They've come from wherever they've come from, might be a small town, might be a big city, and they've moved completely away from home. And they've got no friends there. They might have one friend from back home, may have come with them luckily. They don't have many friends there, and neither do you, which makes it the perfect scenario because you're both gonna be happy that someone's either gonna come up and talk to you or you wanna go talk to them. And you just go say, hi, I want to introduce myself, my name's George. I did that the other day. I went to a society meeting for the first time for Surf Society. It was really cool, by the way. And I just saw a group of people. I thought, well, I'm not going to speak to anyone unless I go up and introduce myself. I thought, what do I even say? Why don't I just do exactly what I'm doing? Hi, I'm George. Let me introduce myself to you. What are your names? And then I spent the rest of the night with those people. Like, it's really easy. It's really easy, but not many people are used to it. I think after a few weeks at uni, you do get to realize that if you want to spend time with other people, you're gonna have to start putting yourself out of your comfort zone a little bit more and start speaking to them. And that's completely fine if you're not used to that, but it's just something you need to just keep trying and you'll get better at and you'll get more comfortable with it. So my next point on this is that you now have the chance over these next 3-4 years to truly find out who you are, truly find your kind of people, and truly live your life. Because if you think about it, you're getting funding from the government, your student loan, you're probably getting financial help from your parents. You can actually craft the life you want in some aspects. Yes, if you want to live a really rich lifestyle, you're gonna have to start work, put in the work now, and you won't see it until after university, most likely. But you can start to build the foundations of everything you stand for as a person, your values, what you actually want to put out into the world. And you can really start to craft that now. So when you graduate, you're gonna be the person you want to be, or on the way to being that person you want to be. You might not be that person for 20 years, but you're on the right track, you're there. You want to get to there, but you're going there. Because what you're going to find is some people will come here and not even do that. They're going to come here with their mentality, their mental state from secondary school, from college, where they wanted to fit in and that's all they know. They're going to come here with that and sort of push that on other people. And they're going to find themselves in 3 years' time, 4 years' time, so much further behind in their self-development, or not even aware that they're behind it. They just won't be happy within themselves. And that's what I want for all of you, what this channel actually stands for. And it's in my bio. It's in my bio on most of my socials if you find them. It's Journey with George on everything, basically. I want to help young men and women strive for happiness in the modern world. And why do I put the modern world bit on there? Because I think in today's generation, you get fed so much information online. Like, it happens to me a lot. I'll see so many things about these 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds driving fancy cars, millionaires already. And I think to myself, I'm so far behind. But at the same time, if I look at where I was a year ago today, I was in university again. But if I look at my self-development, if I look how much happier I am as a person, how much truer I am being to myself right now, I am so much further along. And money's gonna follow that. That's my end goal, obviously. I wanna be rich and successful and happy. Money's gonna follow that. Money's gonna naturally come if I keep living my true life, because if I keep putting good out into the world, if I keep living true to myself, it's gonna happen. If I keep putting the work, it's gonna happen eventually. So there's no point comparing yourself to others at all. And it's me saying that's not gonna change. I hope it puts a bit of seed in your mind. I hope it puts a bit of thought in your mind that you shouldn't do it. I still do it, everyone still does it, it's a part of life. And part of it's good, a part of it's good to sort of have a bit of competition in your head, but other parts of it aren't, okay? Where was I even going with this? Tangent, I love a good tangent, don't you? Following on from that, I wanna give you guys some tools that you can actually use and implement in your lives to actually find out who you really are and start working towards that better self that I've been talking about. So something I did at the start of this YouTube channel and the start of this sort of personal brand journey and development journey that I've started recently is open up my notebook. And I talked about this in my first video actually. And let me grab the notebook actually. Oh, it's in a horrible drawer in my desk. So much shit in there, wow. In here, let me open it up for you. You might remember this is one of my thumbnails for one of my videos, but this one here. So at the top it says the GL Swish brand. And obviously I'm now the Journey with George brand is my whole thing. But essentially I wrote my name in the middle, and then off there I wrote off my target audience, my values, my mission, and what do I like to do. I've spoken about this before, I know, but something that came from that is I wrote down my list of values that I have, and then my mission. And I'll read my mission again to you, because I think it's very important. And I said something recently at university that I got called up on by my mate Jamie, and it made me think what I said was wrong. So I said to the group, I was like, mission statements and vision statements, they're pointless, they're just like business buzzwords that the course is making us use. The course does make us use them, but then he was like, no, you need direction for everything in your life. And I've seen on LinkedIn recently, loads of people pushing mission statement, vision statement, and it got me thinking, I reflected and I was like, damn, yeah, I couldn't have been more wrong with that, because your mission in life, your mission statement for yourself, it needs to be at the core of everything you do. So right now, my mission statement, I need to look back and see if I want to change it, but it is, I want to bring joy to others and myself while being unapologetically me in the pursuit of happiness and success in everything I do. Now reading that, I already know that doesn't need to change. That perfectly sums up what I want to do, what I need to be doing in my life. But out of that exercise where I did a mind map of all these different things, all these branches off, things I was interested in, things I wanted to get into, it gave me that mission statement. And I think that's something, if you're watching this channel, you should be interested in either personal branding or just being a better human being. That's what it is for, basically. So I want you to go away and I want you to try this exercise. Write your name in the middle. I want you to write off one strand, values, mission, what you want to be doing in your life, and then I want you to do what do I like to do, and then I did for myself, who is this for? Obviously there's a strand that says myself off there, and then I did who's my target audience for YouTube. And actually I'm living I'm actually, oh, the lighting's got a bit shit. You're about to see a light change on this video because I figured out how to change the lighting on my camera. I'm getting to grips with it now. I'm actually getting to grips with it. But I think what I was saying was the fact that from looking at this now, I'm still very much adhering to it. And you gotta keep looking back on exercises like this one that will tell you, are you actually living towards your mission and your values and your vision and everything like that. So I'm quite pleased with myself that I hadn't looked at this since I started the channel, so a few months now. And I'm still very much in that space. That's good. But it's really important with a tool like this, you keep reflecting on it, you keep improving it, so keep looking at that mission, maybe change it if you need to. So that's one of the main exercises I think is gonna be really helpful for you guys to do in terms of getting a better vision for what you want to do with your life. And you can't do anything without direction in life, right? Take this for example. If I had no knowledge of the gym and I was just starting today, I walked in there, I'd see weights, I'd see everything, I'd start doing some weird exercises and I wouldn't know anything about diet, wouldn't know anything about progressive overload, anything like that. You have to have knowledge around a subject and you have to have a goal around the subject, okay? Those are your two main things you need in order to succeed in any aspect of your life. I'm now realizing how different the lighting's gonna be. This is gonna be so bad for all of you. No, it's gonna be great, it's gonna be great. You'll love it. So actually having a direction for your whole life, not just a section of it in the gym, in what other section you have goals, in your academics and stuff like that. Having an overarching life one can actually help feed into the gym one. So if something part of my, so the gym on my mind map falls into what do I like category, and off there I do fitness, and then just all my likes there. It brings everything together, this whole overarching vision I have. So by looking at this, I can literally, you could look at this and pretty much gauge how I am as a person, more or less. Like this tells 30% of the story, but 30% of the story of my whole life is quite a lot really. This tells me who I am, who I've been for the last few years. The way it should be in your life is that you're your best self now, and tomorrow you're your best self. And if you look back on the last few years, they should get technically progressively worse, because you've realised something there, you've made some steps, and now you're older and you've gone to that level, and then you've gone to the next, and you've gone to the next. So your life really should, your progression should look like that. If you take the line of best fit, it should just be that. But obviously there's gonna be anomalies, there's gonna be really good years, there's gonna be really bad years, bad days, good days. But the overarching trend should be that. Very simple. And if you can take that mindset, that there's gonna be ups and downs like anything, but as long as you're progressively just ticking up that way, you might take a dip there, but you're ticking up. That's all you need. 1% better every day, everyone talks about it. It's hard to actually do, but it's not. It's hard when you think of it as you gotta get 365% better in a year, but 1% better every day is very manageable. Did I go to the gym? Did I lift a slightly heavier weight than yesterday? Did I put kindness out in the world today? Did I do something that made me uncomfortable today, but I got through it? Did I fail today, but did I learn from it? Things like that. This has gone more from a uni advice video to life advice, but that's such is life. And you know what? Having this direction while you're at uni is probably a massive thing. And we'll circle back to university now, shall we? Just to cap off the video, we'll circle back to university. Now in my head, I feel like with university you've got two options. You can waste your time, or you can make something of it. And it's the same as life, but I think zooming on these 3 years at uni you have, or 4 depending on what you're doing. Your two options are make the most of everything you're doing there and leave as a better person with qualifications, or you can fuck about for 3 years and do nothing with your life, basically. I'm not saying you can't recover from that. It's only 3 years of your life. God, you'll be alive for another 70, hopefully. But I'm saying you can use these 3 years to really, really fast track your progress in life. Or you can fuck about and, you know, you can play catch up for the rest of your life, the rest of your 20s, the rest of your 30s, okay? And I don't want any of you guys to do that. I want you guys to have the absolute best time at university. Listen, I'm partying all the time, right? But I'm also having this direction in my life. I'm also trying to become a better person every single day. I'm trying to build a business. Shout out Delta Sports Management, by the way. Actually, shout out Delta Sports Management. Yeah, go follow our YouTube, go follow our Instagram at Delta Sports Management _. Go follow our TikTok, Delta Sports Management. Okay, watch this space, guys. That's besides the point. I want you guys. I'm out there doing as much as I can most of the time. I'm having bad days, I'm having good days, all right? And I'm gonna zoom in for this one. I want you guys to have the best 3 years of your life, and I want you to use these next 3 years to really set yourself up for success in life. So if that's something you're really interested in, please consider pressing subscribe, like the video, drop a comment if there's anything you agree with, anything you disagree with, let's chat. So that brings me to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Any questions, leave them down below, and I'll see you in the next one.